What's up, beautiful people? Today is March 1st, and here's your daily energy report. First off, I want to remind y'all that are watching this video, microphone over here, that you are beautiful, and you are strong, and you are resilient, and you are able to make it through whatever challenge that the universe throws your way because your soul chose to come into this incarnation to feel and face what you're facing. The key is to listen to that voice inside you that is telling you the truth. The ego likes to create safety, likes to create that space that keeps us locked in our control dynamic. The higher self is what speaks to our growth. And we have to have a healthy relationship between safety and growth in order to flourish in life, in order to be able to access that greater part of ourselves. And we are in a massive space of growth potential right now. Now, notice how I said growth potential, which means this is the Saturn, Chiron, Uranus dynamic. And with Saturn, Chiron being sextile all year and Chiron and Uranus being semi-sextile all year, and the square between Saturn and Saturn and Uranus basically being within orb all year long. This is really giving us the opportunity to go into, like, a sextile is something you have to meet halfway, right? So it's positive if you choose to meet it halfway and go into the positivity. Semi-sextile is like a little less intense. So, but it allows us access. And then the square brings the tension for us to bring the awareness. The tension brings the awareness. And the sextiles allow us to step into that vulnerability more. That's why there's so much shadow work going on. That's why there is so much opportunity for growth. Okay. We have to go into the Chiron energy of understanding who we are at a deeper level, but that's going to require some ego death. It's going to require a lot of triggering. It's going to require a lot of being brutally honest with yourself, things to fall apart, new things to build. But you will find, when we go into this vulnerability, we go into this grieving process within ourselves and with relationships, right? First, we don't accept it. Then we go into being sad or depressed or upset. Then we go into being angry. Okay. Then we go into acceptance. And then when the acceptance comes, these are all the layers and levels over the rainbow bridge between Saturn to Uranus. And as we accept it and learn to step into our acknowledgement of what our reality is really showing us, as opposed to what we're trying to control and hold on to, that is where the magic happens. But a lot of us, especially if you've never been through this before, okay, a lot of us don't know what's on the other side. And you know how they say, everything you want is on the other side of fear. Well, right now, your greatest fears are up in front of your face. What are you going to do with that fear? Are you going to face it and get to the other side of it? Because in order to do that, we have to let go of the control dynamic. We have to surrender. And true surrender is saying, okay, I don't know what's going to happen, but I just know I feel this feeling in my heart so deeply that I cannot deny it or ignore it. And then we step into that unknown and that blossoms this new energy of discovering ourselves and seeing how we get in our own way. So the flip side of this coin, right, is all about not beating ourselves up when we fuck up. Because look, we all fuck up. Nobody is perfect. We learn from our mistakes. As long as you are learning from your mistakes and moving through them in a way that you're not going back to repeating the pattern, right? We're going to have opportunities to fuck up here. And if you fuck up, don't beat yourself up for it. It's okay. But make sure you go into it and learn the lesson. All right. We are in very powerful, very dynamic, positive energies. And today we happen to have a grand air trine. So this is going to bring up, trine is something that you don't really have to work with. It comes to you effortlessly, right? It's where, like, I feel like my channeling is coming back more online and I'm seeing where I was being blocked, because we all have them and I'm growing just like you guys, right? The greatest teachers are also eternal students. And I am eternal student of life. I am eternal student of this earth plane. And I'm learning as I go as well. And this is why I really I really feel the calling to just be completely authentic and brutally honest with myself and you guys, right? Because that is me stepping into my leadership for my life and not falling into the victim mentality. Okay. So allow this grand trine to bring in all this awareness into your life. And of course, we also have Mercury just 2 degrees away from Jupiter right now. That is bringing, you know, this awareness, this understanding really into full form. And once we see these things, each download, each epiphany, each part that we end up seeing is clearing the energy away to step into the next greatest version of ourselves. So it's like the abundance or the love or the circumstances and opportunities are not going to come in until you face this. And you don't know what's going to come in after, because you're going to be becoming a new person. The ascension energy is happening so fast. You have to trust it. You have to trust your heart. And the more you trust your heart, the more faith you have in the process. The more faith you have in the process, the less fear has control over you. And it's very, very simple, just not easy. But this is the work, guys. This is what we do. And this is why we need, you know, coaching. This is why we need to listen and be, you know, allow ourselves to be guided by people that are in the place that you resonate with, that you see you want to be. Like when we look up to someone, right? Like when I was younger, when I was first started getting into bodybuilding, I was like Flex Wheeler, Arnold Schwarzenegger, they were like my fucking heroes, right? Man, I want to look like that. It's because in them, I saw a part of me that could be like that. And then but we can't get stuck on wanting to be like them, right? We don't know what they went through. We don't know how they got there. You know, they show us a certain part of themselves, but that's not necessarily exactly who they are. We don't see all the difficulties. We don't see all the deep digging and you know, like, and the deep shit that we all end up having to go through, but we only know how to show that in a certain way. So choose something, look at something that is going to show you like, okay, this is an example of where I want to go or who I want to be or what I want to do, but that is not me. So this is a reference point, but don't get attached to the identity of that person or that idea or philosophy. You got to create your own shit, right? Do it in your own way. It's like a personal trainer, you know, giving you the regimen that worked for them, but that doesn't work for everybody. They have to identify what works for you in your unique consciousness, in your unique body, you know? So these are all important aspects to understand as we go through this process. There's going to be massive, massive growth potential here in the next couple months. So step into it. Check out my live today with my homie, soul brother, Cody Crowley. We're going to be going live at 4 p.m. Pacific. And then tomorrow, of course, on Tuesday is going to be my live weekly energy report at 5 p.m. Pacific. So tune into those. We're going to be covering this and a lot more and getting back into athletics and you know, training and fitness. And really, like, I'm rediscovering just how spiritual, you know, physical training is. My man Cody's helped me out with that. All right. So I appreciate you all very much. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to guess the vibration of this back. Nobody's gotten it yet. You will win a free reading with me. And astrology reading is still 30% off. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next report. I love you all very much. Actually, I'll see you at 4 p.m. today for the live IG. And you guys come with your questions because we're going to be able to answer them all. All right. Peace. Aho.